Welcome back to the Rise with Anita podcast. On today's episode, I am joined by two women whose lives show us that our stories, no matter how different, can come together to create something extraordinary. Juliana Goldberg is born in Brazil, a self-taught photographer who has spent years capturing the essence of women, not just their beauty, but their passions, their power, and their truth waiting to be seen. Through her lens, she's helped hundreds of women reconnect with themselves and step into confidence that they were always meant to carry. Amy Schildknect journey has been one of resilience and reinvention, from the stage lights of Las Vegas as a showgirl to decades in digital marketing to navigating motherhood as the parent of a cancer survivor. Amy has lived many lifetimes in one. She embodies adaptability, compassion, and the courage to rewrite her story again. Together, they are the women behind JG Brands, a creative agency that blends strategy with soul to help entrepreneurs build brands they don't just stand out, but truly reflect who they are. So this conversation is more than just branding. We're diving into joy, identity, visibility, and the messiness of stepping into your power, the beauty of entrepreneurship, and the practices that keep us grounded while we rise. I cannot wait to share this conversation with Amy and Juliana. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're so excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited to have you. I mean, this is my first 3% interview, so
All right.
we're just navigating. All right, so before we dive in, I always start off my interviews with something a little friskier, which is, what is currently bringing you ladies joy right now?
What's currently bringing me joy is the little moments, like walking the dog every day, laughing with my kids, my teenagers, and spending time with them in the car before they're both off driving themselves everywhere. So that's really what's bringing me joy, is just spending time with my family and being outdoors.
Beautiful. And you?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to Amy's answer. It's just like really enjoying the little moments. Kids are growing. Soon they're gonna be gone. I mean, gone, right? To college. I mean, and that's how it is. Time, it's like they grow in the blink of an eye. Time flies when you realize it's just 3 years went by, 5 years went by, and just really like. Also, another thing that I'm adding is like really spending time with the people that lift you higher and bring you joy, and take time for myself with my girlfriends, and yeah.
Beautiful. I love that you guys brought it back to relationships and family, because I fully believe that we don't just focus on business. It's about integrating your business and your life together.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. So Juliana, you're from Brazil.
I am.
So your journey from Brazil to international photography is so inspiring. What have you learned about yourself in the process in helping women be seen through your lens?
I think what I have learned is that little acts, little actions, empowering women can be so helpful to help them see themselves as a strong woman and how beautiful they are. And so really like turn the camera and show them who they really are. That's wonderful. Like, to me, it's very empowering. It makes me happy. It's very therapeutical. I enjoy every second of it.
Beautiful. So Amy, your story spans so many worlds, from Vegas showgirl to digital marketer to mom and advocate. What mindset shifts have helped you reinvent yourself through all these different transitions and identities?
Reinvention. I also grew up a military brat, so moving every 3 years was reinventing myself continually, constantly. And then through all the different phases of my life as a showgirl, I danced for Siegfried and Roy for over a decade. And then having my kids and being in digital marketing since the wild, wild west days of Google. Really, it's about staying grounded. It's not about shifting my mindset every single time. It's about really holding on to the core values and having those be the driver. And so that way I could reinvent myself but still stay true to who I was the whole time.
Beautiful. I love that you bring up being grounded, because
Yes.
I feel like so many times we're trying to float to the next scenario, when sometimes you just have to anchor on to what you are a
Absolutely.
part of.
Absolutely.
So both of your journeys remind me that branding is never just about business. It's about identity, self-worth, courage, what mindset challenges do you personally have to overcome to step into visibility yourselves?
I think it's authenticity, right? To remember who you are. We get so caught up like looking at everybody's posts and everybody else's brand. And it's very easy to say, okay, everybody's going for this style, this is really what's popping on social media and all that. But we have to really be true to our core, who we are, Yes, go with the trends a little bit, but stay true to who you are and be authentic.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and to add on to that, so much of it is comparison. You don't want to be comparing to other people and then get stuck in a perfectionist loop. So you have to know that you can be authentic and you can be real. You can show the bright side, the dark side, and be a well-rounded, authentic person and not just try to show one flat facet of yourself.
Beautiful. I love that. I think comparison is the thief of joy.
Absolutely.
So we often think branding is fonts and photos, but it's really so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what is a brand at its core?
Brand at its core is the story that you tell. I think brand at its core is truly kind of the heart of your vision and why you created your business or who you are. Again, it all comes back to authenticity and just being real with what your vision is, your goals are, whether it's a personal brand or whether it's a retail business. It really comes down to why you're doing the business. And so the brand is your visibility and getting other people to see exactly what all of that encompasses and how you created who you are. Who you are should show up in every aspect of your brand.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, it's all about the emotions, right? You want to convey to attract and connect with your ideal clientele.
Beautiful. I really believe you had a whole segment on that a couple of months ago.
Probably. I talk about that a lot. It's like,
Yeah, brands have emotions.
yeah.
They do. So Juliana, when you were behind the camera and you see what shifts for a woman when she finally sees herself reflected back as powerful.
What do I see?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like they light up when they see themselves in a different way, right? We have that thing of doubts, and not believing who we really are, who we see. But when they see themselves in the camera, their image, they really light up. It's beautiful. Like women, they tend to minimize, themselves and diminish their beauty. And sometimes they have to see out over there and just like, oh my gosh, this is me, how amazing, they're all put together, their hair and their makeup, their outfits, their posing. It's really a beautiful
The confidence, right?
yeah, builds a lot of confidence. And I said, keep a picture near you, from one of your photo shoots and keep revisiting so you can see who you really are. Another thing is that I love, as silly as it is, I love when my clients, when they put their pictures on Facebook, a new profile picture, everybody goes bananas, right?
Oh, yeah.
500 comments and everybody loving it. I mean, what a great boost of confidence just to get all those compliments. It's wonderful. I think it makes me so, so happy.
Beautiful. I love your answer, especially because it stems back to that confidence and having them see themselves.
Sometimes you need people telling you what you don't believe. So that's why I love with the Facebook profiles, because everybody's loving on them and they're like, oh, that's awesome.
Amy, after 20 years in digital marketing, what really works when someone wants to create an authentic brand voice that's aligned with who they are and not just themselves?
It's aligned with who they are. It really boils down to clarity, and it's kind of peeling back the layers again of the core of who you are, what you stand for, what your values are, who you want to attract, and the emotion that you want to convey. So really it's an attraction method, so to speak. It's, for people, for their brand, for anything online, for marketing, you really want to get that emotion across because people do buy off of emotion. So if your end goal is to actually make money, which is not a scary thing, some people think it is, but if you really do want to have revenue coming in and attract the right people, you've got to get them to trust you and to know you and to like you. And the only way to do that is to truly understand the clarity of what you're bringing.
Beautiful. So let's be honest, branding can feel messy. There's imposter syndrome, comparison, the fear of being seen. What inner blocks do you see women face the most, and how do you help them move through it?
I think one of the biggest things we see when we start working with the clients are clarity. They're a little bit confused, right?
Yeah.
Some of them want to do it all. Some of them, there might be, I want to do this, but they really don't know how to get there, or there's a lot of confusion. So what we do that's really different, I think, from a lot of other brand agencies, like we really want to know who they are, the legacy they want to leave in this world. And from there, we start to create clarity. So I think it's really clarity and knowing exactly who they are, what they want to do, who they want to touch, right?
Yeah, and another big one I want to touch on is the imposter syndrome. One of the other things, once we get that clarity, and a lot of that also is who they're speaking to, making sure that they're speaking to the right audience and the way their audience will actually hear them. When it comes to imposter syndrome, you want to help take the client from kind of focusing on, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, who's going to listen to me, to serving those people that we just got clear on. Because when you're in service mode and you're focused on other people instead of yourself, then you really get to shine. Because George Balanchine, I was a dancer my whole life, so George Balanchine was choreographer from New York City Ballet, and he always says, why are you so stingy with yourself? Don't keep everything to yourself. Let it shine in the world. So you don't want to be stingy with yourself, and you can't be stingy when you're giving it away, right? So you want to give it away to the people that you're serving.
Beautiful. I love that you brought it back to being from a place of service, because once you get yourself out of the picture, it becomes, how can I transform the life of the other person in whatever way I do it? And it makes it more about service and heart.
And that's
ultimately
when everything changes, right?
Yeah.
We have clients that are speakers, they're beginning, becoming speakers. I'm like, when you're there, don't think of my fear, am I gonna mess up? Think of this is my message, how many people I'm gonna be able to touch. Just if you flip that, and you're able to, the same thing with branding and whatever you're doing, right? If you flip that thought, and it's not about me, it's not about me messing up, it's about them. How am I going to contribute to their lives with this message? So then I think that's when everything changes.
I love that.
Sorry. Good.
So you guys built JG Brands together. How did this partnership even begin?
That's a great question.
And when did you know that you're better together?
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
We don't even know how we met. That's the reality, right?
Some things come around in your life just because they're meant to be. And Juliana and I have actually known each other probably for almost 20 years now. And if you ask either one of us how we met, we honestly have no idea.
No idea whatsoever.
Just one day, all of a sudden, we were like, wow, we just know each other.
I know. And we like right now we talk every day, of course. But back then, it was here and there, right?
Yeah.
We'll bump into each other, or then we start doing projects together. But yeah. And what was your other question? Sorry.
So we started by doing little projects together here and there, and me with the online space and digital marketing, and I'm very much a strategist, and I like to think of myself as an architect online, putting things together. And Juliana was the creative.
The messy artist.
Yeah, she's the messy artist, but I'm like, well, let's put this all together. And then we realized, wait a minute, we were doing projects together. So we said, well, why don't we date for a while and actually put this together and do more things actually as a team? Mm-hmm. And so then we were kind of a team together for a year at least. Before we decided to create a partnership. So we our jokes that we dated before we got married. To make sure you test the waters. I think this is one of the biggest mistakes with business partners, that they get really excited, they meet each other, they love the business plan, they get really excited. It's let's just do it, let's just dive in. And in reality, it's like a marriage. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the same values, the same morals, the same goals, the same drive,
it's really hard to make it work. So we're like, okay, we're gonna do a test run for a year, see how we work together, really, and set all your expectations. And there are certain rules in our relationship, like, if there's something that's bothering you, we're gonna meet up for coffee and have a conversation. And
And communication is huge. And one of the things that we really held on to, because we had known each other for so long, as we said, our relationship, our friendship comes first. So during that year, we're like, if it turns out that we really are like getting on each other's nerves, we can't work together, we'll set the work aside and we'll just continue on as we have been as friends. But we really found out that we can communicate, we can get through hard conversations, we can get over those little speed bumps and have a great time too at the same time.
I know we have so much fun
We do
together.
have fun.
And I think I get really excited about the subject because I really am very proud of our business partnership. One of the things that I think it works really well is because we both, family is first,
Yes.
no matter what, business second. And we both have, dealt with similar scenarios as a caregiver. Amy with James and myself with Jared. And so we know, we're in a Zoom call. I'm like, Amy, Jared needs my help. I got to step up for a minute. And there's no, I feel so badly. We get each other,
Yeah.
We know where we are, and we respect each other, and we support each other.
That's beautiful. I love that you guys have such a great synergy, and it's so evident. While you're so different, you have
We
this-
are.
We're very different.
We're so different.
But you can tell you guys work really well together, just off of even the way you communicate and how you nurture each other, even just how you're doing the podcast right now.
Thank you. We love each other. What is the thing? Don't put this on.
So what unique gifts do you each bring that make this collaboration work?
Because we are very different.
We're very different. I always say that we are very different. We're the opposite.
There are ways that we're very opposite, but then our core values are the same, and that's
Right.
why it works. You can have different personalities and different things. I definitely bring more boundaries.
I'm definitely the one texting at 11 p.m. and at 7. I had this idea, Amy. I know it's late. I know you're sleeping. Blah, 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 blah,
And I'm like,
blah.
I'm not responding till tomorrow.
And I'm like, Amy, why didn't you respond to my messages?
So yeah, I'm pretty strict on my space and boundaries, but it works really well because we keep each other in check. Because sometimes, I say, oh, it's great to have boundaries, but sometimes mine are a little bit too strict. She's like, okay, we got to get stuff done.
Yeah.
So we actually,
Balance.
she brings the creative. Juliana is by far the most talented photographer I've ever seen at getting the essence of women. Really, when she takes a photo, you're like, oh my God, that's you see me. You see the absolute best
I'm taking
side
him
of
out
me.
for dinner after this.
No, it's true. So it's so good. And I actually was a photographer as well, not near as talented. I found out that I'm not the creative in that way. I'm more the strategy and the structure. And that's what's so great for our clients. They get kind of both angles. They
Yeah.
get the right and the left, the up and the down. And so they get both angles of the structure and the creative.
Yeah, even though we have very different skills, we still collaborate really well in the same. So, for example, I'm the creative, and she is, all about she's great at copywriting. She's great of structure and all that's the
AI,
technical. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, the technical. I don't even read a manual. I'm texting her. I'm like, she's like, did you read the instructions? Or I'm like, no, Amy, I have you. Anyway, so even though we have very separate skill sets, we still work together in creating a brand. So, right, we gift each other. We gift each other. That's good.
We do, yeah. We
We gift each other what we're good at it and what we're not, and we really brainstorm and really work.
We work really well. I mean, our clients don't realize what we do behind the scenes to really pull their brand out, because we talked earlier about logos and fonts, and it's not just a logo, it's not just a font, and then we go deep into the messaging. I love helping get clarity on the messaging, but a lot of times the messaging and that clarity kind of creates the logo, if that makes sense. It goes from the underside to create the logo instead of starting with the logo.
Interesting.
So we do things in a unique way because we want the heart and the essence to really come through every touch of your brand.
That's beautiful. And very interesting. I've never seen it be done that way. Usually most people start with the logo and then they're like,
Well,
you got a tagline?
so this is the thing. Again, when people start a business, they get excited, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, I have this name, I have this idea, I love pink, regardless if my clients are,
Men.
you know, men on their 60s and mechanic men, like they're not going to get connected, but I love pink, I'm going to do pink and butterflies on my logo. That's what people tend to do. Like they get excited, they get a hold of, you know, Canva or whatever it is, which is fine. I think Canva is great. I think it's great that people can get a hold and do these things, but it has to be very specific and very, specific to reach their clientele. But what happens is people get excited, so they create this logo, right? And then they come to us and they're like, so this is the business. And like, oh, and then they go, we have a website already. So the website is completely done with this nonsense brand.
Yes.
I mean, we respect. I'm saying nonsense sounds really rude, but like, not nonsense.
Well, it's not in alignment.
It's not fully in
Thank
alignment.
you,
with what they're
Amy. It's
trying
the
to do.
polished words.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's- yeah.
nonsense.
I mean, so yes, people will come to us, they have their logo, their name, their website, and they're like, I have a business. And we're like, but it's not converting, right? And they're like, can you help me? And then we're like, great. So who are we talking to? Like, what is your product? What is your clientele? You know, who's your target market? And then we realize, oh my gosh, the words on your website will not speak to these people. Like the words on the copywriting and the words that you're saying, your messaging is not going to reach the people that you want to reach. So there's a disconnect. And, you know, sometimes our website is pretty. No,
Yeah, but it's not
it's
the right website for their brand. The same
Right.
thing. I've seen so many people with amazing brands and horrible picture images, and the opposite, right? Amazing images and horrible websites. Or sometimes they're both wonderful, but they're not speaking to each other.
They're not cohesive.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing about branding photography. You really need to really know their brand before we create the images, so it is speaking to each other.
I love this.
So create the whole ecosystem. Like it's all, you know, it's a whole thing.
This is essentially a masterclass in branding and identity.
Yeah, we'll give our Venmo.
So going back to partnerships,
Okay.
especially between women, can be both healing and challenging. So what was your journey together? Let's redo that. What has your journey together taught you about trust, communication, and honoring each other's strengths?
Ooh, that's a
Well,
good one.
I think we have really. I mean, I trust Amy with my life.
Yeah.
I do.
feel the
Like
same.
she got my back. I'm like we have no secrets from each. Like, it's really like I tell her like I feel emotional because I feel that we're so blessed and so lucky to have each other, you know, as friends, but as business partners. And I mean, I really don't have much to complain except when she doesn't text me back.
Well, you know, and for me, I think a lot of it too is letting go of like expectations, like really holding space for who each other is, you know, because we've known each other a while. It's like she respects who I am and I really respect and honor who she is. Like I love Juliana dearly. And when we have things going on in our personal life or business life, we tell each other we're not trying to pretend to be something we're not, you know, or if we're like, man, I don't want to do that task. Like that is not me. This isn't going to work. We let each other know when we work through.
Yeah.
We're like, how are we going to work through this? What can we do? And then we find out, oh, we can delegate. You know, we've got a team that works with us now that really has made a huge difference in being able to just stay in our zones of genius.
And I think another thing that's really cool about us is that, you know, as any business, you're learning, you're going through the whole process, and we're like, okay, this is working, this is not working, but we're very respectful of when we have very different, you know, ideas or very different opinions. We're very respectful of each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the respect is a big deal, like
Respect.
a big thing for us.
And trust, respect, and communication. I think that's really you have to have all of those elements to create a solid partnership if you want it to continue.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Also, about the texting boundaries, Apple has a schedule sent.
Oh, shut up. Don't tell
I
her
know.
that.
I'm like, you can schedule that.
You're making my life harder now.
Like you could just schedule, and she'll actually now she'll preface the text with, "You don't have to respond. I just need to get this out there." And I'm like, okay, good.
My brain just go like
Yeah.
if I don't message her, I won't remember later on.
Well, like I said, schedule set.
Oh no, that's terrible. No.
Well, and then if you scheduled though, I'd be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Are you not texting
Something's
her?
wrong with her.
But then I text her sometimes too, totally off. Like we don't have work hours. We have
Between us, we have work hours with our clients.
but
Yeah.
between us,
Yeah.
although I mean, we have family
you
time.
have more work
I do,
hours
I
than
have
I do.
more we have
It's
family.
really good.
We have family time.
Well, I was just trying to help the situation a little bit because that is
Perfect.
something I've used a couple of times during our process of even getting this podcast set together.
So you put it on your phone.
No, you
Yeah,
can
it's-
literally schedule it. Like you can
Like
type
a
out your
post?
message
Yeah, like a post,
and then you
but in
can
your
text
text.
it.
Oh, that's lame.
No, I've done that before. Like, I had to text one of our clients, and it was like 11 o'clock, and I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot to text the client." So then I was like, "Okay, schedule for 9 a.m." And it sent it at 9 a.m. I was like, "That actually
I'll
is
try.
so cool."
I'm gonna send text at 3 a.m. I'm like
She's like
pranking her.
Just so
Amy,
you
oh my gosh, Amy.
understand. I learned the lesson. I love that. You guys have a really good synergy between you two, I have to admit.
Thanks you.
So, for women listening who dream of building something in partnership but fear conflict, what mindset agreements have helped you thrive as a team?
Kind of what we were just saying. It's the trust. It's really
The trust.
about the communication and honoring the other person for who they are and meeting them where they're at. Because we've had times where we're both just flying high, where things are going great, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" And then a week later, one of us will have something going on, either in business or in personal life. We're like, "Okay, we need to talk. Like, we need to figure something out." And it's really listening to the other person and kind of, sometimes reframing what you hear so that we can make sure that we're on the same page. And again, if you're going to be business partners with somebody, I think one of the first things you have to do is understand the vision of the partnership. You have to be on the same page with your vision and then your values. So the vision and the values, once those are in hand, all the rest is just stuff you can work out.
Yeah, I think having the same values is super important, so important. And we have a contract, right? We all need, even if it's not everybody should have a business contract of where you are, the financials and all that. We work through everything you can possibly imagine, but have sit down and say, okay, this is how I work best, right? I don't like when people are they come and say, don't do this way, blah blah. I start crying and break down. And some people are more I need direct, because if you don't tell me direct, I won't see it. So really get to know their personality of each other, and also say, okay, I really think it's set the foundation and know what to expect from each other, and know that you always need to meet in the middle, right?
Yeah, one of us is an extrovert. And one of us needs a lot more alone time, for working. I'm like, okay, I have about a 2-hour limit on in person or on a Zoom, and then and then I got to go into my cave and do my work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So as long as we know how each other works, and I'm like, okay, Juliana, go, have fun.
You want to speak in good, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm probably most the face, not that she's not, but a lot of the in-person events, I'm the one doing it. It doesn't make sense for both of us to do it. So we do what we thrive,
Well, that's another thing too, is focusing on your time, where to spend your time, where your time is spent most valuably, right?
Yeah.
So that we aren't wasting time doing everything together all the time. It's no, you go do your thing, I'll do my thing, and we'll come back.
We'll meet
when
in
we-
the middle.
Because we like to spend time together. I'm like, why don't you do it together? She's like, no, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay, bye.
But you're like, I like hanging out with you.
That's why we go get pedicures. And we brainstorm, and then you can write it off.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the values you've brought into your business that help you make this partnership work?
Family first, number one,
Yeah.
right? God and family
God,
first.
family. Yeah, that's values. That's what it is. You know, be truthful to each other, understand each other, be compassionate with each other.
Yeah, integrity. Really being
Yeah.
in integrity with our clients, with each other, with
Know
ourselves.
if we travel together, good coffee starting.
Oh, yeah. Good coffee for you, Brazilian coffee.
Otherwise, she'll be cranky, I take it.
Yeah, we have fun. So one of the things that we do, like if we have a client out of town, out of state, whatever, we travel, to visit the client, and we always kind of like have one day off just for girls' time. So we were in New York not too long ago, and we're like, okay, we're taking one extra day so we can just have our time and have fun together as girlfriends.
Yeah, and remember why we're doing the business, and it's to change people's lives and have a good time.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What's your favorite client experience that you've had where maybe you've built a brand from scratch with them that you can think of that made you actually feel like, oh, this is why I do what I do?
There's so many.
I was going to say, we have
really
a lot.
hard to pick, and I think the clients are watching it.
Well, I will say this. One of the most exciting things is when you do get a client who already has a business and they're making money and they're doing their thing, but they're feeling either not in alignment or there's like something off with them. They're like, it's good, but it's not great. There's something that more, right? And so then we do our thing and we do the magic, and all of a sudden they light up, and there's nothing that feels better than when a client says, you nailed it. Like, you got me. Like, I've been doing this for a few years. You know, I've had my personal brand for years. I've got my podcast, or I've got this. And they're like, but I didn't realize that I was off the mark, because they thought they knew themselves. But we actually really knew what they wanted.
Yeah, I think the best thing, and we were talking about it the other day, the best thing for us is to see when they walk out so proud of their brand and they feel so good about themselves. You know, it's like,
Amazing.
it's like, I mean, I'm not into cars. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but it's like, are you driving an old beat up, 74, everything's falling apart car, or you're driving a brand new, beautiful Mercedes? So it's like, it gives them confidence and it really shows in their business. But they're happy, they're excited, they're like out to conquer the world after they get their pictures or their brand done. Like, it's exciting.
Yeah, it kind of makes you think of, you can't see the forest through the trees. So when people do their own branding, there's things that, blind spots that they miss, and we really bring those to light to give them.
Look how different we
diamond.
are. I'm talking about Mercedes, and she's like, you can see the forest through the trees. I love it.
Well, it's part of your synergy.
Yeah.
I mean, where did you get that from? The forest? I never heard that before. That's so funny.
I mean, right before we started this recording, I think the description of you two was one likes glamping. The other one is more like camping. So, you know what?
I've
I
gone
love it.
camping once. It was horrible.
I love
There's
camping.
like dirt under your nails for like,
Well, and see, I love grounding. We were talking about staying grounded because I love Mother Earth and doing all the things. So, yeah.
I know. It's crazy.
So, what steps do you take to slow down for yourselves? What does that look like as business owners and women?
Like dailies?
It can be daily, it can be weekly. You pick the cadence.
Mine is taking walks. Mine is being outdoors in the forest through the tree. No, mine is really like spending time with my family to slow down and going for walks, being in nature, and writing. I love writing. So, yeah.
You're the copywriter, right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't know, just like calling some good food, watch some TV with my family.
And being in gratitude.
I know. Well,
That's like a
like
different-
both of us, I think we do have, I have my daily routine, which is don't talk to me in the morning. I'll get my cup of coffee. And now that my dog is starting to bark before breakfast, and I interrupt my morning routine, very rude. And so, but anyways, I get my cup of coffee, I sit quietly, I do my prayers, my meditation,
Your manifestation board.
exactly. And I don't meditate that far, but I kind of like do my quiet time where I think and I set my intentions and I do my manifestation board every day. And then we can talk.
Yeah. And then I get the text.
Yeah. And I'm like,
What about you? Do you have a manifestation board?
I do not have a manifestation board, but I do live in gratitude every day. Like that's one of the things I do is I always am grateful for 3 things every morning, 3 things every night. Like I just thank God for the life that I get to live. We really are blessed. Like,
Yeah,
and we
And we know
let
it.
each other know it too. We
We're
know.
often like thank each other for being in each
Yeah.
other's lives.
We really
Aw.
do. So yeah, for me, it's just again, it's kind of the outdoors and just family.
Beautiful. I love
Screw the outdoors.
I love the outdoors.
It's hot. There are mosquitoes. No, thank you.
I mean, we live in Vegas, so I could have
Yeah.
some perspective.
No, I have some appreciation from far away.
You'll do a photo shoot outside, though.
No, that's why I'm
Yeah.
like I like to shoot inside.
Okay, noted. Okay, so looking back at your own paths of resilience, artistry, and strategy, what do you most want women to know about building a life and a brand that feels true to themselves?
Not being afraid. I think a lot of people hold themselves back. Don't be afraid. Show up, be your true self. And don't really compare yourself to anybody else. You are your own beauty, your own magic. There's nobody like you. So yeah, to me, it's like really, just live your life with gratitude, with love in your heart, and just shine bright. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to say, somebody somewhere needs your story.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere needs your story, and your story should be before strategy. So many women in business, they want to do the strategy first, and then they want to create the story. But you are your story, especially as you live your life authentically. That's what you really want to bring, and just like you said, Juliana, be visible, show up. Don't be stingy with yourself. The more you give it away, the more it will come back to you. So that's how you really build an authentic brand.
Beautiful. I love that answer. And you brought us back to soul meets strategy.
Right.
So what's one soulful practice that keeps you grounded and connected to your vision?
Double espresso in the morning. That's my answer. I'm not negotiating.
And mine is walking my golden retriever. Like, honestly, that's the thing, because every morning, by 6 a.m., I'm outside and walking and thinking about the business and the future and the vision, and it really keeps me grounded in that while she's drinking her coffee.
Balance.
Exactly, right? How different we are.
And then I come home and have my coffee.
So what's one practical branding strategy you'd recommend to a woman who's just starting out?
Don't start with your logo. That's the practical branding strategy, is figure out who you want to speak to, and then figure out how they want to be spoken to.
Yeah, learn their language.
Learn their language.
So it's like speaking Chinese with the Italian, right? You need to know their language. You need to know everything about your ideal client. And a lot of people miss that.
Beautiful. And finally, before we get to my favorite part, what does it mean to each of you to rise into your next level right now?
What does it mean to rise to the next level?
Professionally, personally, it does not matter.
I don't necessarily am thinking. I'm really proud of what we have accomplished professionally in the past year, 2 years, and we have a lot happening in the near future. So we're really excited about that. But to me, what is the most important thing is to celebrate your wins, regardless if they're tiny little wins, huge wins. When you celebrate, things they expand, and you're happy about it, and you're proud of yourself. I think I'm sure I did not answer your question, but I think
Well,
this is important.
For me, I was going to say to rise kind of to the next level is really getting more clarity, because there's always another level, right? There's always a little deeper you can go, and shifts, and getting real clarity on what your zone of genius is. You know, figuring out what our zones of genius are, and then delegating the rest, or getting rid of the other things that don't serve you. And that way we can serve more people in the way that's at our highest.
Yeah, and I think what is really cool is as we grow, we change, right? We change, we discover different things, we start liking different things. So it's like we always come back and we're like, okay, how can we shift things, right, to best serve us and our clients?
Yes.
Beautiful. Actually, I want to go back for a moment based off of your answer, which was about celebrating your wins. So what is your both guys' favorite ways to celebrate a major win?
Ooh.
Food.
Food. I was going to say food. We go
nice
out.
dinners and desserts, and and we're like, we're not going to talk about business, and we just talk about business.
I know one of our favorite, though, is we had a client who actually performs on the Strip. And so for our big celebration, 1 week we went to see her perform at a restaurant, and we ate a really nice meal. And it was kind of like full circle to be there with a client. We had just finished her brand.
And she was performing.
And she was performing, and that was beautiful. But yeah,
really
we've done that for you. Even before we had our business partnership,
We used to
go out for
eat.
fancy.
Eat.
So, little side note, before our partnership.
Before we couldn't afford a nice dinner.
Before we could afford the nice dinner, we would go down to the Strip and go to like the nicest restaurant and just get dessert. And they'd seat us. We're like, we'll tip you well, but we're just getting dessert because that's all we could afford at the time. Now we go out for dinner, so it's nice. We're like, okay, we can actually have the full meal now.
I know. It was like, can I have more bread, please?
So, and that's actually
But
a
it was
really
fun,
good.
right?
Well, it was a good practice because it was what we were doing is we were like manifesting. We're like, this is where we want to be. You know, we're like, okay, so we could afford Chili's, but we're going to go to the nice restaurant. We're going to get dressed nice, and we're going to be who we want to be in the future.
And who we want to attract.
And
So
who we wanna
this
attract.
is one
It
of
was
the
fun.
things that I love the whole branding, the whole marketing, the whole experience. So it's about the experience. It wasn't really about the food for us, about to be in that environment and being catered.
Stretching
and the
yourself.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what brand is all about, right? It's a big part of the brand is the experience, the journey experience, and we love that.
That was so fun.
That is really fun.
We do love food.
You know, I love that you brought up that story of like going back and getting the desserts though, because full circle moment.
Right.
So beautiful. I love that. Like I said, you guys have really good synergy together.
Thank you.
We still get the dessert though.
Oh yeah, after the meal.
All right.
So if you see us getting just desserts, you know the business is not doing well.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't think we're manifesting that.
No.
Okay, quick fire round. This is one of my favorites, and just for you, I added a question.
Oh,
Great.
surprise. Okay, go ahead.
What is your favorite coffee order?
Okay, so I like French press. I like several types of coffee, depending on my mood. I like espressos, double shots with lots of sugar and with some ice water afterwards. So the funny thing about it, I go to Starbucks quite often, especially when I'm traveling, but I'm not a Starbucks fan. But the reason why I go to Starbucks is because I know it's safe. They
And it's
nail their
consistent.
brand. It's consistent. It's safe. I know it's not going to be weak. So that's the whole thing about branding, right? Why do you go? Because you create that trust and that relationship.
Beautiful.
So there's no surprises, even though it's not my favorite, but there's no surprises. So yeah.
I can give you clarity on Juliana's coffee order. She likes strong. The end. Strong coffee.
Yeah.
She always says, "Is it strong?"
We're at a restaurant. So before I travel, I check and see if there's coffee in the hotel, in the bedroom, a coffee maker. I have brought a coffee maker before with me.
Now, was that a flight you had to take that you took the coffee machine with you?
Yeah, Florida.
Dedication.
Yeah.
What about you?
My
Do you have a
coffee
coffee
order?
order?
My
That's a good
coffee order.
question.
Yeah. You.
Mine is black with sugar, strong black with sugar. That's my coffee.
Mine. Well, if I were to go to like Starbucks or Coffee Bean, it's always caramel. Anything with caramel. iced caramel, lots of sugar. Anything that's more like a milkshake.
That's funny. A coffee milkshake. I do like a caramel frappuccino with extra caramel, two extra shots of espresso, no whipped cream.
Yeah, but if I'm in a restaurant, I'll just have whatever coffee with cream and sugar. The other day I had blueberry coffee. It was really
That's
good.
a sin.
I know.
That's so wrong.
That does sound wrong. But okay, now I know how to bribe you both.
I know.
Yes.
A book that you recently read that has changed your life.
Recently.
Or a book.
Atomic Habits is a great one. I was actually telling my son to read, and he kind of ignored me. And then he said, "Oh, my friend told me to read this book." I'm like, "Yeah, what is it?" "Oh, Atomic Habits." I'm like, "Dang it."
Yeah.
But it's okay.
At least he's reading it now, I hope.
It's there. I don't know.
Of course, my lifelong book is the Bible, but recently, Essentialism by Greg McKeown. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It is how to kind of peel away the unnecessary things, so it's only what's essential. And that's my thing. I love to be simple, essential,
Minimal.
Minimal.
She's less is more, and I'm more is more. I feel like
If you notice, like I don't have, yeah.
more is more.
And she's always got the jewelry.
It's okay, duality.
Yeah.
All right, so one word that describes your current season.
Okay, we gotta do this together because we went over the questions and we both said the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Expansion.
Yeah,
we have the same word. It's expansion, which
really
is awesome.
It's a great, expansion.
Beautiful.
Synergy.
Yeah. A daily non-negotiable that fuels your power. Please do not say
Coffee.
yeah. Well, yeah, I'll take the coffee.
Daily non-negotiable. There's a few, but I
Top
keep going
5.
back to the same. It's walking the dog. Like actually, it's alone. It's time with my thoughts in the beginning of the day. Instead of getting up and just going go, I have to set the intention, say my prayers, my gratitude, and I usually do that while I'm walking the dog.
Mine is I need my sleep. No matter what, I need my sleep. If I don't sleep,
Do you have an
I'm
hour
like
count?
no, but I have a nap account. So I don't know if it's a great thing or a bad thing. I can lay down right here and take a nap without a problem. It could be any time of the day. I could have had a shot of espresso. I'm just like, I can't sleep like this. If I lay down in a quiet place, even if it's not that quiet, I can sleep. So I love my power nap, 45 minutes nap if I'm really tired. If I woke up too early, went to bed too late, I wake up I need my sleep. That's super important.
And that's how you know you have a good business partner is when you can text them and you say, "I need a nap." Yeah. And they're like, "Okay, no problem. I'll see you in 45 minutes."
Yeah.
We'll talk again.
Power nap
time.
Power nap.
Love that. Okay, so what is the best advice you've received in one sentence?
Mine is from my mom. She always said, treat the janitor with the same respect as you treat the principal of the school. So that one always, it's respect, and no matter who they are, how much money they have, you treat everybody the same.
Beautiful.
Mine actually comes from my dad, and it's this too shall pass. And he always added on to this too shall pass for the good things and the bad. So most people think of this too shall pass as when you're hitting a wall or up against something tough, but he always reminded me that the good times also will pass. So really appreciate them in the moment and take it all in, and don't miss smelling the roses.
Beautiful. We just got deep. So to go flip a switch, what's a song that instantly lifts your mood?
I don't know song names, so we're just getting that out of the way. I love any 80s or 90s party, college time songs.
So the song that just came up for me was Kelly Clarkson's Stronger. But at the same time, on basically a daily basis, this is actually almost a non-negotiable too. My daughter's a competitive cheerleader, so we listen to cheer music. If you've ever listened to competitive cheer music, it's kind of crazy. And that always, we listen to it every day. We have a 30-minute drive to school every morning, and she turns it on, and we can be in the worst mood, and by the end, we're in a great mood and dancing to cheer music.
I need to know what that is. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's funny.
You need to share with me.
See? Something you guys can connect on.
I was like, man, you
Or
don't-
not. Like,
At least you're open
gosh.
to it.
Well,
Yeah, it's
is
not
it
like
like a
80s
lot
music.
of screaming? Because
No, it's not a lot of screaming. It's a lot of like dissing on the other teams.
we're like when you went to cheer competition. Oh my gosh! I'm like, God bless Amy. I mean,
Oh yeah, she'll call me and I'm like, I'm at a cheer competition, and I'll answer. She's like, oh, that's loud.
that is loud. It's like I'm here since 6 a.m. in this room, and I woke up at 4 to
Do
put
her
my hair
hair.
together.
To do the high pony.
I'm like, you're such a good mom.
So if you weren't doing this work, what would you guys be doing? Ladies.
I'll be a nun. I'm kidding.
Um,
You can cut that. That sounds horrible.
If I wasn't doing this work, I'd be finishing my book. Probably, I'd be writing.
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I love
Yeah.
what we do.
too.
I can't think of anything else right now. Probably, I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
think of anything else right now. But who knows?
I can say that if we weren't doing this, I don't know that I'd be as happy.
Aww.
Like, I can't,
That's
like-
so cute.
It's true though, because I think about
Alignment.
it. Yeah, and I think, if I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing? Well,
I wouldn't be a chef. I don't know. I know that for
You
sure.
wouldn't be a chef.
I would not be a chef.
She's like, I can tell you what else I would not be doing.
Yeah. That wouldn't work.
Okay, morning person or night owl?
For the most part, I'm a night owl, but I've had to be a morning person while the kids are in school. Only a couple of years left till they're done.
I think I'm very balanced. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to be up before 6 a.m. and I don't like to go to bed after midnight. So I'm kind of like none. Like I'm.
Yeah, I'm balanced like that too.
She's like, actually, I'm an afternoon person.
As long as I have a little nap here and there, we're good.
I'm an after 11 a.m. person.
Yeah.
Like is when my
Really?
energy's. I get up about 5 every day and then do my thing and the kids. But my energy peaks after 11 a.m.
And
Takes them
final
all.
question.
Mm.
One thing you both want women to stop apologizing for.
For taking up space. I want them to stop apologizing for showing up and for being themselves. You know, don't always scoot over on the sidewalk. Don't be rude, but you know.
I think mine is guilt, especially for moms or for caregivers, right? I really believe that we do need, as moms or caregivers, we do need to recharge, right? I do
Take time.
travel a lot, for work, but I always make sure I take a few hours or a day if I can, and just like, this is for me to recharge. When I come back, I'm happier, I'm stronger. But for people, for women not to feel guilty to take that time, go out with a friend, to just have a little me time and have fun. And, we're all living life. A lot of times I think moms, they are like, this is all I am, I'm a mom, which is wonderful being a mom. But you also have to, take the time without guilt and enjoy life for
And
yourself.
I think both of those kind of almost go hand in hand because the core message is that you're important. You're important enough to take up space, and you're important enough to take some time
Yeah.
for yourself.
Well, this was a beautiful conversation.
Oh,
What I love most about you ladies is that your wisdom goes beyond your branding. You remind us that our voice, our story, and our essence are the foundation of everything we create. And branding isn't just about the perfect logo, as mentioned at least five times.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
We
about the
appreciate that.
courage to be seen. So if you leave this conversation, I invite you to ask yourself, where am I ready to show up more fully in my life and business? Where can I bring more soul into my strategy? Thank you for tuning into the Rise with Anita podcast. Until next time, keep rising, keep leading with heart, and keep trusting that the vision that lives inside of you is meant to come to fruition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
That's great.